President Trump just the other day announced that he wants to send $2,000 tariff rebates or stimulus checks out to the American people and send it to millions of people here in the United States. But why? Why is President Trump pushing for a $2,000 tariff rebate check? Well, I'm going to answer that in today's video because we do have a little bit more insight as to what President Trump is thinking and why at this time. But this is what he put out on Truth Social just the other day. Look at this. It says, "People that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world with almost no inflation and a record stock market price. 401ks are highest ever. We are taking in trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our enormous debt, $37 trillion. Record investment in the USA, plants and factories going up all over the place, a dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone." That is what President Trump said just yesterday. Now, I mentioned this in a couple of the videos I did yesterday, but what I didn't mention was why. We know that President Trump wants to provide some sort of relief to the American people because he keeps on being asked about affordability. Giving the American household or American people $2,000 a person. So a family of two, $4,000. A family of three, $6,000. A family of five, $10,000. That would be substantial, and that would help them pay down bills. That would help them put food on the table. And ultimately, it would help them stop talking about affordability for a short time. This is what President Trump put out just today. Look at this. It says, "All money left over from the $2,000 payments made to low and middle income USA citizens from the massive tariff income pouring into our country from foreign countries, which will be substantial, will be used to substantially pay down national debt." Now, here's what people are asking. Says, all money left over from the $2,000 payments. Does this mean we are going to take the entire amount of tariff revenue? We are going to subtract $2,000 per person, except for high-income earners. And then that's going to be paid out, and then the rest is going to be paid to or go towards paying down our national debt. Some are saying that this is a good idea. Others say this is a terrible idea. Congress would never go for it. And honestly, at this point, I don't know if Congress, specifically Republicans, will vote in favor of using the majority of funds in order to pay a $2,000 payment to millions of Americans. But why would President Trump even bring this up? Well, this is what we're hearing. Some are concerned that Republicans, or mainly Republicans, are concerned that this is going to be inflationary. But some say that no, this is not going to cause any additional inflation because that money was already paid. It's pretty much a tax on imports. So they're saying that the money's already been paid, so it's not going to be inflationary. I'm here to tell you, if every single person here in the United States receives a $2,000 stimulus check or tariff rebate, that is going to be inflationary. And according to reports, we will likely see a 1 to 1.5% increase in our inflation report. Here's the other thing. We haven't been getting real up-to-date data from the federal government because they've been shut down. That's the concern moving forward, is that we are going to start to see a lot of information. A lot of this data that's been hidden, that we've not been receiving because the government's been shut down, it's going to start flowing here very soon once the government reopens. When it does, that's going to dictate and tell us what we can and can't do. But here's the big one. Why is President Trump pushing for this $2,000 tariff rebate check now, the beginning of November of 2025? Some say it's because he does realize there's a little bit of an affordability crisis, and some of the things that he wants to pass, for instance, a 50-year mortgage. He wants to really push that. Well, is he going to have enough support to actually do it? That we don't know. Are we going to see more people push for this tariff rebate? Possibly, again, we don't know. But here's the big one. This is coming from somebody, again, with a little bit of insight. Okay, they're kind of inside the circles here. They say it looks like Trump is pushing to have this get paid out so that more people will be supportive of the tariffs. Why? Why would he want more people to support tariffs, especially at this point? Well, it could be because we are about to see tariffs rise. President Trump may be seeing that, okay, we have some success here. We are able to bring in a lot of money through tariff revenue, but we are not bringing in enough money to accomplish our end goal, which is potentially eliminating the federal income tax for all earners. Okay, for all earners. That would be huge. It says right now, there are many people that don't like what tariffs are doing to this economy, and they would need to see some type of kickback or some type of reward to continue to support this tariff revenue. So that's where we're at. Again, I think this is interesting. This is extremely interesting, but I want to read you a couple other things, okay, which we already read, but look at this. It says right here, people are against tariffs are fools. People that are against tariffs are fools. Now, if President Trump does not give $2,000 per person, are we still fools? Okay. It says we are now the richest, most respected country in the world. Okay. A record stock market price. This is true. The stock market today rallied. It's gone up, which is great. But at the same time, we are seeing some stocks like tech, it's overvalued. This is why it sold off over the past couple weeks, is because it's overvalued. And some say we might be in a bubble. Here's the next thing. 401ks are the highest ever, and we're taking in trillions of dollars, and soon we'll begin paying down our enormous debt, $37 trillion. That's great. Here's the thing. According to other surveys, the American people are saying that if companies were here in the United States, they would be willing to pay more for said products as long as they're manufactured here, and we know we're creating jobs right here in the good old USA. Well, if we are willing to pay more, are we willing to pay more with our current salary, or are we only willing to pay more if we get some type of kickback from the federal government? Some say that's the reason why people are open to the idea of paying more. Only if the federal government will give us some type of break, some type of credit, some type of stimulus to go and afford said products. So we're going to see, but I wanted to share this with you because right now, President Trump is pushing for these $2,000 stimulus checks. But here's the big question. Does the math make sense? Can we afford to give every single person a $2,000 stimulus check, especially when we're still trying to fight to pay down our debt? That right there, I don't know. But what I can tell you is if this money is given to lower income households and even middle income households, they're likely going to spend it on goods, which is great for the economy. The problem is it's going to increase inflation. And if we see additional inflation, this also means the Federal Reserve is likely not going to lower rates. And that right there could be a big concern for the Trump administration, who again has been pushing for lower rates for quite some time. So we'll see what happens over the next several days. But as of right now, President Trump is pushing to get a $2,000 stimulus check out to the American people. So as soon as we get more information on this, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates as soon as we get them. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.